Hey, what up, world? This is your boy, like to say. It's something to say. That's just the verse I say. I'm just here in the midst about to let you in on a little secret of what I am and who I really am. This is just a bit of me, which was a lot of me from a lot to say. Uh, Everybody has seen Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. To me, that's one of my favorite movies. And here it is, I'm 35 years old, but each time I watch that movie, I depict and pick so many things from that movie that are so factual, and I get a lot of facts from it. It's like it's a non-fiction movie. It's a fiction movie for most, but it's a non-fiction movie for me. And just to say how I got that is just by looking at the aspect of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. He had a red nose, which made him different. But before they found out that he had a red nose, as far as his friends goes, they was all, cool with it. He was a cool cat. He could jump high, he could do that. He did all these beautiful things. He was great. But the moment they found out he was what he wasn't, they all turned on him. I mean, everybody. They just turned on him. They went from being to someone that celebrated him to someone that had disgust with him just because he was a little different. And then take the fact that he can do what he did as far as when they had the reindeer games and the jump off, or what they call it, where you saw him how he flew. He flew up in the air and just went on by his business better than all of them. But just the simple fact that he had something that was different. All I'm saying is, but the one thing that truly remained constant was, or that was real, was that before all that happened was the girl Clarice. I get to that later. But just the simple fact about being different, it's okay to be different. Because you never know, your difference is what God probably wants you to use to get somebody to lead to Him. Not just being different. He was different. But just the moment you get to be who you are, as long as you are who everybody else wants you to be, everybody is cool. But the moment you try to be you and do you, that's when people be mad at you. They're not actually mad at you. They just mad because you ain't who they want you to be. But you got to be different. Just look at him being different, how he stayed his course, went to go find himself, and eventually, as far as the tale say, he the one that saved Christmas. So there's a reason for him to be who he was, but he had to go find himself. He had to go leave himself and go find himself, and that's what he did. He left the glitch of people that he's with, as far as his family, his friends. He could have stayed there. He could have did something to cover his nose up and act like somebody that he wasn't, which what his father made him do. And that's even bigger, to go against your father. That was his daddy. It was daddy had him wearing that fake nose. He was ashamed of it. It's just like he did all that, and to me, Rudolph, he's a man, a real man. I mean, a big man. He's a big man. I mean, you only hear of men of that caliber in stories and in the Bible. I think it's a Bible in a story by somebody tried to kill David. Saul tried to kill David 1,000 times or something like that, and his son went against him. However, you had to look in the Bible, but it's something that relates to that. And it's like Rudolph to me, eventually in the midst of everything, when he left, he ended up finding two other people that were misfits just like him. And they was friends. But still all in all, in the midst of Rudolph madness, in the midst of what's going on with Rudolph, he loved his friends enough to want to go and want to turn on his own. Because that's what he was. But I don't know, just Rudolph for me, he's more than just a movie. I mean, that's probably something I probably would raise my kids on. I mean, let them see the movie at the age of 3, let them see it at the age of 8, and so forth. And I might be through raising my kids just by letting them watch Rudolph. I mean, you can learn a lot. I know I have. And the thing is that a lot of people think I'm crazy. You might think I'm crazy too. And you got to be someone else that want to expose yourself on camera like this, just for the world to see. And it's just me. A lot to say.